Hello, in today's video I will show you how to build an automated trading strategy in StrategyQuant X software using a template. This will save you a lot of time and give you consistent results. So let's get started. For those of you who don't know where to look for ideas on building automated trading strategies, I recommend a channel by Canadian trader Ali Casey called Stat Oasis. Recently, I was intrigued by the RSI strategy here, which Ali writes in the title that it is a strategy that prints money, has been tested and therefore proven. Before we get into that strategy, for those of you who can speak English as well as I can, I'll show you how you can set up subtitles in Czech. So you click on Settings, click on Subtitles and click on English created automatically. This will automatically bring up the English subtitles. Then you click on Subtitles again and the automatic translation will appear. So you click and search for Czech. In this case, for this video, you can click on Czech and set the Czech language. So you can see here that Ali is already writing in Czech what he's saying. I won't watch the whole video, of course, but in cases like this, I scroll through the video one at a time to the point where I can see the conditions of the strategy that the strategy is trading under. So I'm slowly going to my video like this and looking for that spot. And there it is. The strategy trades on the basis of the RSI indicator with a period of 2. Where it enters the trade if the value is less than 25 and exits the trade if it is greater than 65. But at the latest after 5 candles. Ali writes here that he tested out this strategy 146,880 times, where this particular setup was the most robust. The strategy made 236,000 over the period tested. What it was like, I don't know off the top of my head, you'll have to watch the video. Now, let's go to StrategyQuant to set up the strategy. So we're in StrategyQuant, we'll switch to Algo Wizard, where we'll choose a new strategy, put full editor, create a basic strategy template. Let's add a condition. We know that the strategy trades if the RSI with period 2 is less than 25, so we let compare, it is less, we confirm. On the left, we'll look up the RSI indicator, period 2. No shift, it's on close. And it's less than 25, so we'll put number 25 here, confirm. We have a condition for entry. Now the exit condition, where we can copy, paste, rotate this element, it's lower, sorry. Not lower, but it's higher, I can't see it now, yeah, that's the very first one and the number 65. And at the same time we must not forget that the strategy is not performed after 5 sections. We're going to go into a setup where we'll put the EV market, means futures for the S&P 500. We'll trade it on the daily charts and we can reset the date and see how we've got it. We'll give a full back test and we'll see that the strategy is profitable, but not much. Here the drop I assume is 2020. If we look at the trade analysis, we can see it here, 2020, exactly. So, what about, quite simply, the setup? Because I don't trade futures and I trade CFDs. Sorry, indices. which are taken to CFDs anyway at the broker I trade through. So the S&P 500, and let's try and see what would happen if I let that go. Here it looks a little better. We change the money management. So, at first glance it seems relatively good, but I don't care. We need to move on and really test. The logic of this strategy seems to make some sense. Whether the strategy will work in the future or not, I am testing it in the following way. In the settings, in the advanced menu, I check template mode and change all numeric values of the strategy to generate randomly. Add a value of 65 and output in X segments. I save the strategy as a template and switch to the build to load the template. They trade only on the long side. I have random generation. The conditions of generation I have 1. The exit was in template 1. Although in this case the template takes precedence anyway. 100% is not required. Profit target also. I use the data for indexes, ducoscopes, selective time frame as a method of testing to make it a little bit faster. I have the start and end date set at 5 years. Time frame goes 1. And so I tick commissions where there is 1/10 of a dollar per trade. And that's because I have an ECN account. I'm not changing the trading setup, I'm just leaving the realistic gap treatment. Here I have that condition of exit after X ticks ticked. Otherwise everything is unticked. Menu management, $1,000. 1/10 and rating I have everything ticked. Except too few trades because I don't know how many of those trades will actually be. However, I want it to be at least 10. I'm going to click the longest store 60 that I use, because in this case it's set to 5 from the template. I'm assuming more than 60, since 5 is the best parameter according to Algo, so it won't get above 60 anyway. Anyway, let's start generating, and if the conditions make any sense, I should start sprinkling in strategies immediately. And since that doesn't happen after 15 seconds, we click on what was rejected and see that almost 100% of the strategies don't meet the condition of a profit factor greater than 1.3. So we stop the generation, unclick the profit factor and see what happens next. The risk ratio. So we'll unclick everything just to be safe and let it generate with just the basic strategy Quant X filters. And, of course, a strategy came to mind. When we look at the source code, we see that we don't see anything yet. And there it is. RSI period 2, exit after bars 5. So this is the strategy from the parameters that were originally written. And it's not finding anything else. So let's stop generating, because we can see that we're not generating anything. What do we do with that? There are two options. Either you do what I did and you don't investigate these conditions any further. Or you can switch to optimization, where I've generated all possible optimizations in advance. A simple, sequential, walk forward and walk forward matrix. So you see all four on the screen and you can see that the highest gain was with the simple optimization. When we look, we see that on those 5 years, that strategy was gaining the most in 2016. So we can adjust the data. Still, I guess, sorry, now we'll switch to the retester. We'll save that strategy. There we go. When loading, we need to apply the strategy settings. And here we'll reset the dates and show from 2017 out of sample. How would the strategy work with these values? Well, and we can see on the out of sample that we would get into the negative twice. The first time was in 2018 when the market crashed in December. Then in 2020, which was the big crunch. And since then, as money has poured into the market, the last 4 years, especially the last year, you would have made a wonderful profit. So it's up to each of you to decide whether you want to trade that strategy or not. And that's it. Using the template, you can generate trading strategies faster and more efficiently in Strategy Quant X. If you're interested in learning more, let us know in the comments what you'd like the next video to be about. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and may your strategies make you money.